Artificial intelligence is without doubt a cryptocurrency sector that has been heating up recently. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing 3 different AI coins that I believe have 10 to 50x potential, and I'll also be sharing the reasons behind why I think this is the case. Now, if you do enjoy the video, please do stick around until the end. There is going to be a small bonus there, but with that out of the way, please do like, subscribe, and let's get into it. So some of you may be wondering where this current interest in AI tokens came from. And just last week, we seen Sam Altman present OpenAI's latest product, which is a text to video model. Now this actually wowed a lot of people, and it got a lot of people talking about artificial intelligence in general. So on the back of this, we've seen that WorldCoin, which obviously has close associations to Sam Altman, started to pump, and from there that triggered gains across the board. So this is what basically got things moving in the right direction for AI, and of course, although they aren't related to that specific model or Sam Altman, people are now looking to ride that wave. Moving on to coin number 1 on this list in no particular order, first up is Fetch AI. Now, Fetch allows people to build, deploy, and monetize a range of AI services through their product. Now, when it comes to Fetch, I immediately think about it being a blue chip AI player. It's actually third on CoinGecko when it comes to the category of artificial intelligence. Now, this alone isn't enough for me to be super bullish, but also in the fact that I often talk about new shiny coins being the play. So this feels a little bit hypocritical because Fetch has obviously been around for a number of years. However, this time it is different. And the reason I say this is because a lot of the time we talk about new shiny coins because of the traction and the attention that they get. A lot of the older coins no longer get the attention that they once did. But Fetch is actually different because although it has been around a while, it was a Binance IEO coin of 2019 with the likes of Polygon or Matic. But that aside, people still talk about Fetch. The chart looks extremely healthy, very close to new all-time highs. So it is definitely, without doubt, still relevant from a number of different angles, whether it be looking at the technicals, the narrative, obviously around AI, or whatever it may be. Now, the other interesting thing, of course, is that the circulating supply is actually very, very close to the max supply. Now, this is quite a comfortable situation to be in because you know that as the bull run goes on, you can't see a bunch of tokens getting dumped onto the market, coming into circulation and actually impacting the price and, of course, the total market cap. So there's a number of different factors that come into my decision here, but I do believe Fetch is going to be a leading player when it comes to the AI space. Before we move on to coin number 2, there are just a couple of things that I want to mention at this point of the video. Number 1 is that this is not financial advice. Please go away and do your own research based on what I have said today. This is not a signal to go and ape and market buy every single coin that I talk about. The fact here is that I am bullish on the AI sector, and these are just the ones that I personally like. Now, when it comes to entries, people do it differently, whether it be dollar cost averaging, whether it be pointing out key levels on the chart where you look to scale in. Whatever works for you, that's not what this video is about. So again, please do your own research and have a think about it. The other thing is I want to mention, do comment and let me know a couple of different things. Number 1, if you like the video, because your feedback is very important to me, and if you like this type of content, I can then keep it coming. And number 2 is to let me know which AI coins you are also focusing on, because of course I can't research every single one in depth. If I've missed a gem, let me know in the comments. Moving on to number 2 on the list now, and that is Prime. Now, in its simplest form, Prime allows games to leverage blockchain features. Now, the interesting thing about this is that it actually taps into 2 very bullish narratives. Of course, artificial intelligence, which this video is all about, but also Web3 gaming. Now, this is again a very bullish narrative, but on the back of that, to add to this bullish thesis, you've got the fact that Prime is so closely associated and partnered with the popular card game itself, Parallel. This is a sci-fi card game. It is doing extremely well, and it definitely helps this bullish argument. Now, when it comes to games itself, you look at the last cycle, you look at the big players, Axie Infinity, for example. Now, in the last cycle, this game alone ran to a $10 billion market cap. So it gets you thinking, what would then returns look like if Prime was to potentially reach that similar market cap or even possibly surpass it? So for me, when I'm looking at the potential in different AI coins, this one definitely stands out because it is, like I said, ticking two boxes, not just with AI, but with Web3 gaming as well. Third on the list is AIOZ. Now, some people will see this as controversial, and the reason for that is because a bunch of influencers were shilling this in the last cycle after getting a pre-sale allocation. Now, for me personally, I didn't receive this pre-sale, so I'm looking at this from the sidelines, looking at what they're building now, removing all emotions and trying to be as level-headed as possible. So when it actually comes to AIOZ itself, I'm looking at the product and what they're building and how they're also tapping into this quote-unquote buzzword of deepin. Now, deepin actually incentivizes people for building real world infrastructure, physical infrastructure, which supports the AI industry. So this is something that is being speculated to be huge in the next few years and of course in this next bull cycle. So it definitely ticks a box within the AI narrative itself. Now, the other things that I actually really like about the project is not just the market cap, but the fact that the circulating supply is in fact the FDV, meaning that all coins are now in circulation. So again, similar to how we mentioned with FET, there is going to be no surprises, no team unlocks, nothing like that. And that is something that actually makes me feel more comfortable with a coin. Now, the other thing is when it comes to a bullish narrative behind this coin specifically, is the fact that it is listed on Coinbase. Now for me, if a noob is looking to get into the space and trying to pick up some AI exposure, this is probably going to be one of the first coins they come across because, of course, the options are limited on the Coinbase platform itself. And for those who are not too comfortable with diving into the Uniswap trenches and looking at on-chain options, they are going to settle for what is easiest to obtain, which in this case is going to be AIOZ. So that is the reason I'm bullish on this. At a 200 mil market cap, I think it's definitely a play to be looking at for 10 to 50x potential. And like I mentioned in the intro, there is a bonus, which is a fourth coin, a bonus coin for this list, which I think is worth a mention. And this is AIT, which I believe is an undervalued coin at a 50 mil market cap. Now, full disclaimer, I am an early investor, so I am going to be biased, but I do believe there is plenty of upside potential at this valuation. Now, this doesn't mean go and ape into the coin like I mentioned earlier. Do your own research, plan your entries, because it has pumped a lot over the last week. But when it comes to the fundamentals, there are two reasons why I think this stands out more than some of the others at a similar valuation. Number one is the fact that it is part of the PAL ecosystem, and PAL is a project that has been hugely impressive, getting a lot of attention over the past maybe 6 to 9 months. The other thing is that the AIT testnet has just gone live on BitTensor, which is quote unquote the Bitcoin of the artificial intelligence sector. Now, if you're looking for Tau exposure, but you're not too sure because it's already a multi-billion-dollar valuation, it could be worth looking at AIT to get some sub-exposure to Tau. So that's the way I look at it because of that close relationship and that partnership that they are forming whilst utilizing Tau's platform. So that's just something to think about as a little extra, but like I said, a bonus coin adding on to the original 3. So that is all for today's video. I just want to make it extremely clear that these coins are not the only ones that I think will perform well. They're just the ones that I think have the most bullish thesis for me personally. Now, when it comes to AI generally, I think that the sector at a combined $15 billion market cap is extremely undervalued. So when I mention others such as Tau, PAL, maybe even Ocean Protocol, the list goes on. But the fact is that I think that this sector is overall undervalued and there is going to be plenty of upside across the board. If you did enjoy the video, please do drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Do let me know in the comments what you think of the video. Let me know which coins you like in the AI sector. But with that being said, please do trade safe, invest safe, and I'll catch you in the next one.